Hi, welcome to part 6 video of winding. Today let us see the rules of AC winding. After this one we will be doing a developed diagram winding by calculations. So the rules are important, almost highly theoretical, but don't worry, it is not that complicated. Let us see. What are the types of AC windings? Basically there are two types of winding. We can say closed winding and open winding. What is the difference? Closed winding and open winding both are different. The closed coil winding, it is for DC armature, it is generally told. Otherwise we can say the DC winding will be generally referred as what? Closed winding, and AC winding, it is open coil winding, generally known as. Why it is like that? Let us discuss. What you are seeing is a armature winding of a DC machine. So coils will be placed in conductor slots, and that will be connected to commutator, is it? So here it is a commutator. All the coils are connected to commutator segments. When you are connecting a multimeter and checking, you will be getting continuity from one coil to all other coils through the commutator, is it? So if you are placing one of the multimeter probe this side on this commutator and somewhere else on the commutator the other probe, you will be getting a continuity. So we can say this is totally closed. So that is the reason DC winding, it is known as closed winding. So you can see the winding, it is totally closed. Wherever you are connecting the multimeter on the commutator, you will be getting continuity. That is why it is known as closed winding. And whereas AC winding is considered, let us consider a three-phase winding. So winding number 1, winding number 2, 3, all are connected maybe in a star manner, and it is connected outside with terminals. So it is not finally becoming a closed winding, it is open winding where we will be able to connect the input supply. So it is not totally closed one. Hope you are understanding. You can see the terminals are coming out from the winding like this. There is no commutator segment. So this is the method, or this is the reason why AC winding, it is known as open coil winding, right? Okay. Now before going to AC machine, we will be seeing the general principles of winding for both DC and alternators or AC machines. Let us see. The span of each coil must be equal to one pole pitch. That is, if one coil it is like this, and here one end will be there, this will be another pole, this is spanning into a one pole pitch. This is known as equal to one pole pitch. Automatically we should be making such windings only. So this is the requirement. And the EMF in one coil will be helping other thing. Let us say one coil is available and one more coil is available. So this is having 1 volt and this is having 1 volt in single coil, in single pole. Let us say this is only pole of N. This should be connected such way that the total voltage is becoming more than 1. Okay, so the polarity should be properly connected. Then only it will be creating a single pole. So this is the method of coil connections. Coils in a single pole should be properly connected so that the EMF is properly added together. The winding can be single layer or double layer. What is single layer and double layer we have discussed in the previous video. That is, in a single slot it can have 2 slots in a double layer winding, and in a single slot it can have a single coil side on a single layer winding, right? And the winding should be induced almost a sine wave form. The good sine wave is the AC sine wave, we know. If it is alternator, it should be inducing a proper sine wave. That is a requirement. What we will be doing, we discuss the short pitch winding data. To make it more better sine wave, we are generally doing short pitch winding. Generally it is done by designer. A technician will be removing the coils and counting with the things and rewinding only. So it is not a much point to be bothered to a general technician. Anyway, it should be sine waveform only. Next is, now we are coming to AC winding diagram. First, three phase and single phase will be almost similar. Let us discuss. Each coil should span 180-degree electrical. We have discussed what is 180-degree electrical and degree per slot, everything. So it should be having a span of 180-degree electrical coils, and coil should produce adjacent north and south poles. Each coil should be producing adjacent north and south. The importance is adjacent. If current is flowing in a one coil side like this and other one like this, it will be automatically creating N and S, but it should be adjacent ones. That is a requirement. And the number of coil in each phase should be equal and 1/3. What does it mean? Let us say if 9 coils are there in a three-phase machine, we are having 3 phases. So each coil should be having 3 coils. Okay. So 9/3 we will be getting 3. So each phase should be having 3 coils. Let us say for a calculation purposes. That is 1/3. What will happen if it is not like that? It may not creating a balance. Magnetic balance should be there. Each phase should be equal coils. If one phase is more coil means it will be having more magnetic sense. So it should not be allowed. So this is the reason magnetic balance is required. To assure that we are creating the total number of coils divided by 3 as coils per phase. And winding should be having 120-degree electrical phase difference. For a 3-phase machine, we know this principle previously. For a star and delta connection, it is 120-degree electrical. So how you will be able to create 120-degree phase difference? So for that, we will be calculating the total degrees, electrical degrees in the machine, and we will be calculating electrical degree per slot. So if you are getting electrical degree per slot, suppose we can say it is 30 degree. Per slot we are getting 30 degree. So 30 into 4. So we will be getting 120 degrees. What does it mean? If phase 1 it is placed in slot number 1, that is R phase is placed in slot number 1, then Y phase where should be placing? Y phase should be placed 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3, that is it should be started in slot number 4. Then it will be having a 120-degree electrical phase difference. Okay. And for single layer winding pitch should be odd number. This is for single layer winding specifically. Winding pitch, the pole pitch is fixed, winding pitch is decided by the designer, and designer should be taking a odd number. If you are calculating the number of slots divided by number of poles, you can calculate the winding pitch, and it should be odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, just like we will be selecting odd number only. What is the problem otherwise? Some slot may not be filled, that is a problem. So these are the few rules in 3-phase winding diagram. And before doing any questions into solutions, we have to know the preliminary formulas that is being given here. Number of coils per phase. We are having a total coil numbers for a machine, and per phase I will be calculating, that is as per easy logic like this, total number of coils divided by number of phases. So if you are having 36 coils and 3 phases, there will be 12 coils per phase. Simple, is it? So next is number of coils per pole. So the total number of coils per phase, that is already calculated like this, divided by number of poles. So if you are having 12 coils per phase and number of poles is 4, we will be getting what? 3 coils per pole. So this is the next equation, and number of coils per pole per phase, and it is the total number of coils and divided by number of poles in number of phases. Let us calculate the previous one, 36 total number of coils divided by number of poles, let it be 4, and number of phases it will be 3. So 36 divided by 2, again it will be getting 3. So whatever we got in the second equation, it is directly calculated like this. So we may be requiring all these formula to be calculated before doing our development diagram. Next is electrical degree per slot. If a machine it is having a particular electrical degree, so we will be getting the total electrical degrees and divided by number of slots. To find the total electrical degrees, we know the equation 360 into number of pair of poles. If one machine is having 4 poles, we can see it is having 2 pair of poles. So 360 into 2 for a 4 pole machine divided by number of poles. Let us say 48. So we will be getting some answer for this one, electrical degree per slot. And next calculation based on this slot for phase displacement. If it is 120 degree electrical, if we require 120 divided by electrical degree per slot. So 120 is there if you are calculating 20 degree per slot. So we should be doing 1 plus 6. That is R1 first phase should be placed in slot number 1 and second phase should be placed in slot number 7. From where we got 6, that is 120 by electrical degree slot we have calculated as 20. So 120 by 20, 6 we got here. So these were the few formulae before doing a physical calculation. Next we will be doing a solution for a problem for a development of winding diagram in the next video.